Huge Cole Palmer boost, Chelsea injury updates, and Moises Caicedo replacement. Subscribe my channel and get daily Chelsea update news. The big talking points and latest Chelsea updates after Enzo Maresca gave his press conference before the Premier League clash against Leeds United. Injury update. Romeo Lavia is still not ready for a return to action as he continues his recovery process. Unfortunately, Dario Essigo has suffered a minor setback, having to slow down his recovery sessions and will be sidelined again. Reece James's role. The manager confirmed that Reece James can effectively play in both the fullback position and in central midfield. James is typically deployed in the midfield role when the team needs extra physicality to compete with strong opponents in the center of the pitch. Robert Sanchez's form. Enzo Maresca praised Robert Sanchez for his consistent shot-stopping abilities since joining the club. While the goalkeeper initially struggled with the team's build-up play, the manager noted a significant improvement in his distribution, particularly during the recent Arsenal fixture. Team running distance. Maresca addressed the statistic that his players cover less distance against sides lower in the table. He explained that this is due to opponent tactics. When teams sit deep and do not press high, there is naturally less space for Chelsea players to run into. Cole Palmer's fitness. Star player Cole Palmer has recovered sufficiently and is available for selection against Leeds United, with the potential to start the match. The current strategy is to carefully manage his minutes in upcoming games until he is fully fit to complete the full 90 minutes. Replacing key players. Maresca admitted that replacing key players like the suspended Moises Caicedo is difficult, but stressed the team must find solutions. He confirmed that young midfielder Andrey Santos is prepared to step up and play in the vacant defensive midfield position. Importance of all games. The coach's clear message is that every match, regardless of the opponent, is equally important because all wins are worth 3 points. He emphasized that matches against teams like Leeds must be treated with the same high level of focus as games against rivals such as Arsenal or Barcelona. Leeds United tactics. Maresca admitted there is uncertainty regarding the tactical formation Leeds United will use in the upcoming match. Although their manager, Daniel Farke, typically prefers a back four, the team has recently found success by switching to a back five. Chelsea woke up today with a blast of energy that feels like a season-defining shift in momentum as the club finally receives the massive Cole Palmer boost supporters have been begging for during a turbulent stretch of injuries, suspensions, and uncertainty in midfield. For weeks, Chelsea had been grinding through Premier League and Champions League fixtures without their most intelligent, creative force and without the fluidity that Palmer brings to the attacking third. Every match felt slightly incomplete, every build-up predictable, every final pass lacking that flash of improvisation that Palmer delivers with so much ease. Now, the wait is over. After months of setbacks from the initial groin issue to the freak broken toe incident that threw the medical staff into disbelief, Palmer is not only back on the grass, but recovering faster and sharper than anyone expected. At Cobham, the mood transformed instantly. Staff members who had become used to caution and conservative updates are now watching Palmer glide through controlled sessions with the kind of elegance and natural rhythm that made him one of Chelsea's most important players last season. While he may not be ready for a full 90 minutes yet, the message is clear. Palmer is returning, and Chelsea's attack is about to change dramatically. The timing could not be bigger. Chelsea are entering a congested period without their midfield giant, Moises Caicedo, whose red card sparked debate, fury, and frustration among supporters. Caicedo's absence leaves a vacuum in the center of the pitch that cannot be ignored. His ball-winning energy, his aggressive timing, his positional intelligence make him one of the most irreplaceable components of this squad. Losing him now could have been a disaster, but the emergence of unexpected replacements inside the camp has given Maresca and fans something completely different to think about. Andrey Santos, the young and hungry midfielder who has been quietly building his reputation at Cobham, has suddenly stepped forward as the favorite to take Caicedo's role. Maresca has already hinted that the Brazilian is ready, not just available, but genuinely ready for the intensity and responsibility of anchoring Chelsea's midfield. Santos has the range of passing, the calmness in pressure zones, and the work rate to match Premier League tempo, but even more importantly, he has the bravery to demand the ball and progress play. Another surprise rises from within the academy. Josh Acheampong, once viewed mainly as a versatile defensive talent, has exploded into the conversation after impressing during internal training matches. His fearless pressing, his natural positioning, his ability to transition quickly from defense to midfield give the manager another tactical option. No one expected Acheampong to be mentioned as a Caicedo replacement, but here he is suddenly being discussed as a player who could slot into the system if needed. The coaching staff admire his maturity and willingness to absorb instructions with total intensity. While he may not replace Caicedo like for like, he brings a different style, one that could disrupt opponents and give Chelsea a more unpredictable rhythm during matches. But the story does not end there, because Chelsea's injury situation continues to evolve day by day. Levi Colwyn remains out, leaving gaps in defensive stability. Romeo Lavia and Dario Essigo are still unavailable, depriving Maresca of depth and rotation options in the midfield during the busiest stretch of the season. Each absence forces creativity, each absence demands tactical bravery. This is where Palmer's return becomes even more influential. With Palmer available, Chelsea don't simply get another player back. They get their attacking conductor, the man who unites patterns of play, interprets spaces no one else sees, and unlocks defenses with a single body feint or disguised pass. His timing is unmatched, his decision-making untouched by panic, his presence a direct source of confidence to the forwards around him. Chelsea's front line thrives on rhythm, link-up possibilities, and sudden changes of direction. Palmer provides all of that instantly, whether he starts or comes from the bench. When he steps onto the pitch, defenders shift backward, midfielders panic, and attackers accelerate because they know he will find them in the exact millisecond a gap opens. The entire system breathes differently with him on the pitch. Opponents who were getting used to facing a Palmerless Chelsea now face a nightmare. They know one mistake, one hesitation, one poorly timed press, and Palmer will punish them with a goal or assist before they can recover. Inside the dressing room, the reaction was immediate. Players who had been feeling the weight of recent injuries now talk with renewed energy. The return of Palmer has changed the internal mood as much as the on-field tactics. Senior players have described it as the spark, the lift the squad needed to recenter focus on their ambitions. For the younger players, this is inspiration, a reminder of how quickly a team's fortunes can shift when a key figure returns. Maresca himself has been measured in his words, but the excitement in his tone is undeniable. He knows what this means. He knows the boost Palmer provides goes beyond creativity. It is leadership, intelligence, confidence, and a specific kind of calm pressure that only top talents give to those around them. But even with Palmer back, the big question remains. Who carries the weight in midfield now that Caicedo is unavailable? This is where Chelsea's evolution becomes fascinating. Maresca has shown throughout the season that he is not afraid of unconventional decisions. He wants technical security, intelligence, and bravery. He wants midfielders who can dominate the ball and dictate tempo. Santos fits that identity. Acheampong brings a disruptive version of it. Palmer's return might even open the door for deeper rotations, allowing Conor Gallagher or Enzo Fernandez to shift roles if needed in certain matches. The tactical variety Maresca gains from this situation could surprise opponents who expect Chelsea to struggle without Caicedo. Supporters are preparing for a dramatic stretch of performances, one that will test Chelsea but also reveal the real identity of this new-look side. With Palmer's creativity returning, Caicedo's replacements stepping into the spotlight, and Maresca's system evolving under pressure, Chelsea now stand at a crossroads. This is the type of moment that defines a season, the moment where a squad either fractures or grows stronger. All signs point to the latter. Chelsea look energized, hungry, and prepared to prove a point. The club has already survived injuries before, and now with Palmer back, the attacking threat is restored. The midfield puzzle will be solved one way or another, through youth, energy, tactical creativity, or trusted experience. And so today's big news paints a thrilling picture of a club refusing to panic. Chelsea have been tested, and instead of collapsing, they seem to be rising. Palmer's return is the headline, but the deeper story is that the squad is evolving, adapting, and pushing forward even when key players drop out. Caicedo will return soon, but until then, the replacements will fight for their moment. The fans will watch every minute with tension and belief. The manager will experiment and trust his ideas, and the players will feel the pressure transform into fuel. Chelsea's story this season is far from finished. With Palmer back and a new midfield structure being shaped, expect the drama to intensify, the matches to feel heavier, the performances to carry extra meaning. This is the turning point, and Chelsea know exactly what is at stake. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel.